This is the Burnout interview series under the Burnout Coaching Project. We have with us today Chrysanthi Vazitari, who is also a coach. And I will straight away give you the floor to present yourself briefly.
Thank you very much. It's actually great to be here and to talk about this burning topic. I myself am a certified transformational coach. I focus more on the matter of the career. So I work a lot with multi-passionate and highly energetic professionals who try to get career satisfaction, advancement, or who want to completely pivot their careers.
What is some advice that you could give to people who can suffer burnout? And also I invite you here to put in your perspective people from the so-called helping professions. Here I mean trainers, facilitators, coaches like you and me, people in education who are delivering training to prevent themselves, but also their learners.
That I think that's the whole difficulty, how you bring something from knowledge into practice. I'm going to start with saying like mental health should not be just a hashtag. And we need to deeply understand what comes behind that word. And the only way to know is really to educate ourselves or hire someone to do that. And in the matter of how to do that, whether you're a trainer or whether you're a company, whether you're a boss or whether you're a manager or an individual, we need to grow a little bit our empathetic feeling towards others and ourselves. And we need to prioritize that, because I think we all have seen like, okay, there is the mental health issue coming to companies and to the world like more as an awareness, but at the same time is not a priority. If you have to choose whether I overload an employee because there's work needs to be done or hire someone else, we tend to go with the first option because we know the person can manage. And it's not about managing. It's never about managing. Because again, we talk about this profile of people that they are workaholics, they have strong ethics, they are like high achievers. They want to do their best, but the best, it overcomes the person. So we need to work in the prevention rather than in healing. And I think we are now at the healing part. Because I like to be very practical, and I work a lot also with my clients and whoever I actually talk about on the personal responsibility. Wherever you are in the process, you're just an employee, you're just a manager, you're a CEO, you're like director, whatever you are.
Educator, student, learner, it happens
anything,
in all sizes. It comes all sizes.
Exactly. And I want to just take a pause and stop pointing the fingers on playing the blame game. And I would like to just offer two small exercises on a personal level. Okay, we talked about feeling overwhelmed. It's fine. We don't have always to negative feelings. We don't have to just throw them aside or just put them down and trying to digest them. Okay, this overwhelm that you feel is like what? Define this overwhelming feeling. Don't leave it just to be a cloud in your head and it's like it just occupies most of your capacity. Identify how it looks like, how it makes you feel, and being aware of that feeling and write it down.
Do you mean like giving a metaphor to it, like it's some small boy I imagine in my head that is talking to me, work, you can do it better.
Yeah. I have it always when I think of overwhelm, like a cloud in my head that occupies most of my capacity to think something else.
So connect to what it is for you.
Exactly. Exactly. Could be a song, as I'm saying, sometimes could be like a movie, could be a metaphor, could be an image, could be whatever everybody sees when we talk about overwhelm. And how you're feeling this. Like I normally feel it in my stomach. It's like, and stress and this like heavy breathing. So it's like this kind of anxiety attack. But trying to identify what it is and what's causing you, you take the power. And I always say write things down because they're coming more senses. You write, so there's like the moving, you're seeing it, you're thinking of it. So it's like more strong than just leaving it in your head. And after you do that, I invite you to write the elements that contributing to that overwhelm. Make a list. And make a list. And after you make the list, separate them to internal and external. And I can bring an example here just because we're doing this with this interview. Let's say I'm feeling overwhelmed about this interview. So I feel my stomach upset and I'm like, keep thinking it all the time. And I'm making all these negative scenarios. So I write down how I feel and how it presents this overwhelm to me. What are the elements contributing? Could be like, okay, I'm very anxious about if people will like the interview or if I will do well or if the internet would just collapse.
Will I say smart enough things?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I have these 3-4 things that I write down. And out of these 3-4 things, is there something I can do about the internet? Well, no. I can try to have my connection here, like I can try to reboot the system, but I cannot do anything about that. Can I do something about like if the people will like the interview? No, that's something really external. That's I cannot do anything about it. Me feeling like, to be good enough and to say everything I want to say. Yes, I can do. I can just prepare myself. I can make some notes. I have them here, not to forget something. And I can be as prepared as I can. This is an action I can take for the part that it is up to me. For the external parts that I mentioned, well, there's this simple concept of acceptance. Sometimes we need to accept we cannot control everything, and this goes to these high achievers especially. And we need to be okay with things not being up to us. And we need to be okay with things not working perfectly because we check for this 80%. And the last thing on this exercise is for me the meditation. 2 minutes. I'm not asking much, just 2 minutes meditation. I know everybody talks about that, but they do talk about it because there is a reason for it. First, you need to understand how meditation can help you, because that was me. I was very like, I cannot do meditation. That doesn't work for me. I'm like this restless spirit that I cannot just take a pause. That's not true. Yeah, you see, there are many like us. It's like once I understood what is meditation, it's not about pausing your brain. It's about like understanding and letting go and taking like a moment to just stop and be present and accepting where you are. And I do 2 minutes. I managed to reach after a year to 5 minutes. And I usually these breathing exercises. So you need to spend a little bit time to find a way that works for you. And that is one part that I work, for example, with clients.
That's great. I love it, Chris, and it's so practical. People can apply it right after watching this interview.
Yeah.
If you need to put your wisdom, your personal experience, and what you have experienced and witnessed as a professional, as coach, in really one sentence, if somebody tell you you have 15 minutes to share your wisdom on burnout, what would be your message?
There's nothing really profound to what I would say, but I will simply say, observe yourself. This is the number one. Be kind to yourself and treat you the way you treat the ones you love. And of course, I keep saying it, always ask for help. We're not supposed to know everything. We're not supposed to do everything alone. So when you feel you need help, ask for it.
Thank you so much for your time and for all that you shared with me and with us.
You're very welcome, and I think it's like this project is really great, not only to bring awareness, but to make people understand the individual responsibility, because we do bring a responsibility as a human beings, as individuals. We can sift everything, and we can build, we talked about it also before, building healthy habits, that healthy in the sense that serve us,